Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome to yet another episode of Family Connect. That program that tries to connect us to our families, to our roots, to everything that we need to do. We have done our first episode of the year. This is the second one, and I want us to start beautifully well, believing that this year is going to be much better and we have better experience than last year. So I'll start by saying thank you to our subscribers, to our friends, those that have come to our channel, those that will still subscribe. Please tune into this channel. There's a lot to gain. This is a place where you get one or two things that will help you moving forward, both as an individual and as a family. So today I have a special guest, and this special guest is no other person than Chinonso Increase Bilitem. He is a founder, CEO of CIM Digital, and his specialty is in tech media consultation. So, Chinonso, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
So, now let's start. There's no time to waste because I like bringing young people so that we can understand why we need to have a better nation, a better world. We need to incorporate them. They need to be given the opportunity. He's a young man who started off on his own. So you know what it means in our situation and in our country to start off on your own as young as he is. So I will start by asking, you own your own business and you've been on it for some time now. What challenges did you face starting it?
Number one, Nigeria in itself is a challenge. Starting up a business with little funds, less resources, support is a challenge. So Nigeria in itself as a country is a challenge. And number two, we have the fact that people don't respond to the value that you give because they don't understand the space that you are in, and they don't see the need for that services or the values you render. So they don't place the right values on those services that I rendered initially from the beginning. So it took time, over time, to a lot of sacrifices, free work, and gradually I built the credibility to be able to work my way to their hearts, to be able to pay me the value of the work I rendered to them. So basically, Nigeria in itself, as we all know, we can talk about Nigeria as a factor all day long. So Nigeria in itself is a challenge. Then number two, people responding to the value that you give to them because they don't understand the space that's.
And the value chain system in our country is nothing to talk about, in the sense that there's this belief by people who want to give you jobs that you may not know what you are doing. So the benefit of the doubt is never so much 100%, and that is what we are talking about. We need to have that confidence. We need to have that belief that this person can actually deliver. So how did you overcome those obstacles?
I would say I'm a, how would I put it? I don't give up. So I push, I fight, whatever I have to do, I do it on the positive side, obviously, to make sure that I make the head sweet to forge ahead. I was patient, consistent, always present, always showing up, not greedy.
Okay.
Very honest.
Yeah.
And straight to the point, and I help, and my interest is always to the betterment of the business or the client that I serve. So I don't look first of all for my own benefit, but I look out for the benefit of the client, and I serve the need of the client. Then automatically the benefit of serving the need of the client comes in response in terms of money, in terms of more connection, more businesses, and and the likes.
So the key word is patience.
Patience, consistency.
Patience, consistency, and forbearance.
Yes.
I must get to my goal,
Yeah.
which is not so easy for many people, especially the young ones. And when they see the older ones, they want to be like them, but you have to work.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, maybe in the next 5-10 years now, anybody who sees you will say, how did he get there? They won't know what you have put in. There's a journey, there's a to get there. Okay, so let me ask another question. Was there any time you felt like giving up?
I won't really say I felt like giving up. I felt like, I would probably say I was pushed to the wall because of the responsibilities I had as obviously the first child and the only son of my father.
Mm.
So, and during those early times, my father didn't buy the idea of me, doing all these stuff, and then I couldn't gain admission to the university, so I had to make out something of my time at home, and I needed my own. I had my goals and my vision, things I wanted to achieve, so I had to push beyond the norm. So my daddy initially did not buy the idea, but along the line, he saw me taking responsibility of my life. Then he just bought into the whole thing, and gradually I kept on pushing and pushing, and thank God for his support also, because he didn't, in quotes, put it as a mandatory thing that I must do what he wanted me to do. He just let me be, and me being responsible, I made sure I didn't sway off the wrong way, so that he won't regret his decision of not putting checks on me. So I took it upon myself.
You just said something that I always talk about in this program.
Yeah.
Not being forced or being put pressure to do what your parents want you to do, but what you want to do, and going forward they support you doing it. That's why we're talking about this family connect, trying to make sure that we understand our children and those things that will make them feel happy and fulfilled and have sense of purpose.
Yeah.
And that responsibility is very important, because many people are not strong enough to hold on to such responsibility. Okay, and now let me ask. This one is more personal, because it can help other young people who would like to venture into what you are doing. How did you draw your strength?
How did I draw my strength? Okay.
Without losing focus, it's very important. Yes.
Very, very important. Okay. I actually believe in God. Obviously, I drew my strength from Him, and I'm a very studious and articulate person. So I obviously thank God for YouTube. There's basically a vast of free information on YouTube that people can learn virtually anything they want to learn.
Yeah.
So I utilize that channel. I learned virtually majority of what I do today via YouTube, aside from personal professional training that I attended. So, what's the question again?
Where did you get your strength? How did you draw
I got
it
my
from?
strength obviously from God.
Yes.
From my personal ability to always persevere and be patient, to study, make research, make sure that I can represent the value I offer to people. So that is just how I drew my strength. And my purpose and my vision, what I wanted to achieve, I had it in mind. I pushed regardless of the circumstances around me. I just pushed. Yeah. So I had it clear in my mind what I wanted to do, what I wanted to achieve financially, economically, family-wise, personally, and everything all round together. So
Quite interesting. And then before we round off, there's one particular question which I normally ask when I bring young people, especially young entrepreneurs, into the program, so that they will help others, because there's this belief that we can't do it, or you can't do it, or you need extra push. But it's you that actually will push for that before another person can support you, because it's your own dream. So it's the way you work your dream that will help others to even support you midway, and show you what you have achieved so far. So what advice do you have for young entrepreneurs, knowing the economic situation and harsh situation we live in this country today, and the young people that are trying to start on their own as well?
Number one, know God. That God factor is always very important, obviously. Number two, have a clear goal, vision of what you want to achieve. Number three, get information. Be informed, be exposed. In any area of craft you want to venture into, make sure you are at least well informed about that particular sector or section, and throw yourself out there, take risk. Sometimes if somebody comes to you with a job, you know you are not capable as at that time, you don't say no. You take the job and put yourself to the test and make sure you deliver on that job, even if at that particular time you are not capable. You can always get the credibility by sourcing, and while at sourcing, also putting interest to make sure that you get exactly the skills that are required to deliver on those jobs that are in your craft. Because people pay for value regardless or not, even if over time they don't get to understand that this is the value that this brings to me. But over time, when your consistency and your patience and perseverance would speak later on when those money start coming in. You get referrals.
As you start smiling to the bank and then taking care of yourself. This is a discussion we can go on and talk about. It's never ending. But as it is, time is not our friend and we have to wrap it up. But before we go, Chinoso, thank you very much for being my guest and for sharing your experience and then letting others understand how far it has been for you and how far you've come.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Then, my people, my beautiful people, thank you for being here once again and thank you for being our friend and coming to our channel to view and to subscribe and to share with what we are doing here. And before I go, I will mention my name. I purposely didn't do it from the beginning so that we can go on with our discussion because that is what is very important. So until I come your way again, I remain yours truly, Chika Namani. Stay blessed and have a beautiful week. Goodbye.